up on MHS1.
We learn about a successful startup here at MHS.
We get tips for the holiday of love.
And we have a replay of the Key Club Mario Kart fundraiser.
And that's all coming up on MHS1.
Good morning, McKinney High School. Today is February 5th. I'm Jonah Ott.
And I'm Devin Fields, and you're watching MHS1. Millions of people suffer from prescription drug abuse every year. Here's Ryan Rodriguez and Amy Nguyen with more insight on the issue.
According to past results from the National Survey on Drug Use and Health, an estimated 2.4 million Americans abuse prescription drugs per day.
Prescription drug abuse is just basically, there's a couple of ways of doing that, but it's if you're taking someone else's medications that have been prescribed by a doctor and not prescribed to you, that would be one way of abusing it. The other way would be if you've been prescribed the medication but you're not using it in the purpose that it was intended. In our health classes, we go over basically a lot of the illegal drugs and talk about how people, when they do abuse them, addiction could also be a consequence from using drugs, and how they affect your body. And how they affect one person is very different from how they may affect someone else.
The average age for prescription drug abusers range from 12 to 17.
Kids nowadays don't necessarily have to go out into the streets looking for drug dealers. They can find them right in their own house, going to their parents' medicine cabinet and pulling out prescription drugs. They found that they can get high on these without having to spend any money purchasing them. They'll talk to different classmates who are on, say, anti-anxiety medication, ADHD medication, and they'll take those.
I could be wrong, but I think a lot of kids take prescription drugs either one, out of curiosity, or two, it's supposed to dull their thoughts or senses because they're not wanting to be in the moment. And I think they're better options as far as going and talking with someone, whether it's a counselor or an adult, or talking to your friends versus trying to take a medication that's, the issue's still going to be there even whenever you come off the medication.
It is a crime. You will go to jail for it.
This has been Amy Nguyen, Diego Salas, and Ryan Rodriguez reporting for MHS1.
Hey Devin, I hear you have a passion for sports broadcasting.
Yeah, and there's actually going to be a class next year with people with the same interests.
Here's Nick Limbo, Wilson Galvan, and Devin Field with more information.
The 2016 through 17 school year will introduce a sports broadcasting program.
I think there's a demand for us to cover sports more and cover sports better. The MISD Athletic Office started a live streaming program this year where we actually, I don't know if people know this, but we live streamed every home football game and several home basketball games as well. It's just kind of a way to test that out. Next year we're planning to do home games for every sport.
I decided to join sports broadcasting because I am a student athlete and I want to go into broadcasting, so this is kind of like the best of both worlds.
Nicole Stussy commentated the North basketball game last Friday night.
So commentating on the basketball game, it was really nerve-wracking because I didn't know what to say, but once I got the hang of it, the guy was really helpful, and I just used my knowledge of basketball to kind of help me through it.
So sports broadcasting will give us the opportunity to give the recognition and limelight to a lot of the sports that are many times overlooked and really show off the kids for how hard they work.
This class focuses on live streaming, interviewing, and more involving McKinney High sports programs. This has been Devin Field, Wilson Galvan, and Nick Limbo reporting for MHS1.
Key Club recently held a Mario Kart tournament fundraiser. Here's Isaac Whitaker, Alex Moltz, and Philip Nguyen with the summary of the event.
Last Friday, Key Club set up a Mario Kart tournament to raise funds for charity.
So this event is the Mario Kart competition. We do a video game competition every year. So this year we're choosing Mario Kart, and students pretty much come in, they play for charity. There's a fee to get in, but they get food and stuff. And then the winner of all brackets will get a $20 gift card to their choice. And all proceeds will go to Key Club, which supports the Children's Miracle Network. There will be another one. It will be FIFA in around March, so look out for that. This year as well, and this is going to be an annual thing.
After 3 hours of races between 16 competitors, the winner of the tournament emerged victorious.
I think it's great that it helped the charity, and I'm glad that it wasn't just we paid and didn't get to do anything. I'm just glad that we got to pay and have fun while doing it.
It feels good. It feels really good to win, and people that came out were great, but I just was the best.
This has been Alexander Moltz, Philip Quinn, and Isaac Whitaker reporting for MHS1.
Hey Devin, do you have any tips on how to survive Valentine's Day?
No, but I think I know someone who does. Here's Kay Williams, Kyle McKelvey, Peyton Barnes, and Haley Loxton with the Love Expert.
It is the dumbest holiday ever. Avoid it. It's a lot of stress. It's not worth all the hoopla. I used to make this strawberry banana cream pie. Women like that because they see that you can cook. It is a Hallmark commercial bonanza for the Hallmark and candy industry. It wouldn't probably be different than any other date. Dinner, like Hutchins, we really like Hutchins. One of my students did a prank on me a long time ago. It wasn't here. He said, "Roses are red, violets are blue. I love the Aggies, but not as much as you." I don't like chocolate. I don't like candy. A good book. Give me a book, I'd be happy. It is very important to me that people know and love Andrew Jackson, especially my students. Usually nothing. I hate Valentine's Day.
Now here's Maddie Cox with sports.
Thanks, Jonah. Your girls and boys basketball team will be playing Prosper Eagles tonight at McKinney High School. The girls game is set for 6:15 and the boys game is set for 7:30. Your Lions swim team will be heading to regionals. Here's Kylie Tauber, Allison Duran, and Gianna Crociata with more.
Diver Jacob South, a senior at MHS, was ranked first in the regional dive meet that took place yesterday in Frisco.
I started diving my freshman year. I'm excited that I'll be able to go to state this year because the top two people is me and this other guy. I've been trying to dive more often. Like last year I injured my knee and that's what stopped me from going to state. And so when my knee got better, I scheduled off of like most of my work so I could come dive. And so that made diving a lot easier. And so now I've broken the record up there because of that. We've got a whole bunch of divers that are really promising.
He tells us about freshman Olivia Weber, who he believes can have some of the same opportunities he has had.
The one who is a freshman right now would have a chance at going to state because she would have such good dives.
He started diving as a freshman and he went to state as a freshman and sophomore. Missed it last year by 9 points, which is about a third of a dive, so very close. And this year he continued to work, and now if he just hits his dives, and that's what he comes from 5 to 6 every night to see what he can do. We work on the little things, and he's got natural talent.
This has been Gianna Crociata, Kylie Tauber, and Allison Duran reporting for MHS1.
That's all for sports. Now back to you.
Thanks, Maddie. Millions of people risk their lives every year trying to find opportunity in this country. Here's Johnny Miller and Chelsea Villarreal with the story.
Americans commonly have misconceptions about immigrants.
I think people assume that just because I'm from the Philippines and that I wasn't born in America, that I'm just this completely different person and that when I go home, I live in the Philippines. They don't realize that I was raised in McKinney. I went to school since preschool in Allen and McKinney, and everything I've known is almost the same as what they've known, except for just the little things like speaking Tagalog or eating Filipino food. Those are the big differences that I feel like not everyone's realized.
People come to America for same reasons citizens love this country.
I actually did not hear of American dream until I came to America. I have my own dream. Get a decent job, raise a family, able to have my own house, and my own car or transportation. And I think I got all of it already.
Despite becoming Americans, home is always close to heart for immigrants, something all people can relate to, no matter their nationality.
I think my biggest fear was my kids would not know what Filipino culture is. And that's a big part of being Amy and Michael. You know, the traditions, and I think the scariest part was also when you're here, it changes you and you forget where you came from. And I'd always hope that even if they've gone so far, that they know where they came from, which is back home. And if mom and dad wasn't from back home, we would not be what we are today.
This has been Chelsea Villarreal and Johnny Miller reporting for MHS1.
Jonah, have you ever considered starting up your own fashion line?
No, but I hear 2 sophomores have created one of their own. Here's Aruj Qureshi and Yoki Anguela with more.
2 students at McKinney High have recently launched a new clothing line.
Off Black Apparel is a clothing business that me and my friend Trey made up in October. The inspiration basically came from me seeing clothes being made by other people, and I wanted to also do that at a younger age. And I got into graphic design, which allowed me to further, put the stuff onto a shirt, so that's where it came to be.
Worthy is the CEO, so he takes care of most of the business, and I'm the creative director, so I deal with the design and the creative process.
The amount of work that went into developing the line was, I would say before we actually starting this, it took about 2 months to set up everything. And then over a period of about 3 months, we've been working on it, just adding new things every day. Our target audience is teenagers. Some young adults would work too. We're trying to just get to people around our age.
My hopes is that we inspire people and that we start a movement.
Off Black's future looks like, I would say that if we keep going the way we're going, we can get big, we can reach out to many more people. We can get our clothing circulating all over America and stuff like that.
All steady when I can't have it. They don't want you happy, just get DJ Khaled.
This has been Aruj Qureshi and Yoki Anguela reporting for MHS1.
You smart. You very smart. You a genius. You the best. We all the best. I appreciate you. You loyal. I changed a lot. You can too. Win, no matter what. Them doors that was closed, I took the door off them hinges. I took them hinges, I put them in the boys' hands. Take that money, put it in a savings account. Buy your mama some jewelry. Buy your whole family some jewelry. This next part of the video is for asking a broadcasting boy out to Mort. Another one. Another one. And another one. Another one. Another one. And another. Another one. Another one. And another one. Another one. Another one. And another one.
That's all we have for you today, McKinney High School. Follow us on Twitter at Mainstream News. And remember,
if it's news
and it's at McKinney High School,
it's MHS1.